Hello, everyone. I am waiting for you guys to come in. I thought it was going to put that other screen on, but it didn't. So I don't know why. So I'm new at this. I'm learning it myself. Hey, Hurricane and Indica Dreams and Indica Sunshine, you all. I'm learning it myself. Hey, Hurricane and Indica Dreams and you all should now be wrenched up. The whole clan should all be wrenched up now. Um, I don't want to just jump right into it. Uh, I'm not fully ready yet. This is my second live coming up here. Um, it is about Summer Wells. Um, I'm not monetized, so I want absolutely no money. Only thing I went off of this is this baby closure, bring her home. Um, that's what I went off. What I want to happen more than anything. And I know I've been off for 6 months. I was thrust on this journey. I had to go through a little bit of healing. Um, Look, I heal every day. Um, but we're on the 11 month mark today that this baby is missing, and it's time we bring her home. She needs to be found. She needs to come home. Thank you, Sarah. I'm glad I'm back too. It took a moment for me to find enough of myself to get back up here. Um, so here I am. I will do another spirit box session, not tonight though. My other one that I did, it totally wiped me out the other day. It was the first time I did a spirit box in 6 months. So it totally just I ended up sleeping most of the day yesterday. That's just how bad it wiped me out. It just took all my energy. Hello, Pinkstone. I hope all is well with you and all you ladies and gents up here. Um, Last night whenever I lay down, I was listening to, I believe it was Ziggy, and with a little bit of things that she was talking about with Benny, and I got this, I had this thought in my head. I'm like, well, nobody's really even thought about this, and I've been with the case since day one. I really have. About 24 hours in, I was on it, with my gift and everything else, trying to find her, like a lot of people. And then the thing with the Ernie Shell, and the racetrack, that just, I got gobsmacked right in the face. I mean, because you trusted and you believed somebody, um, and it wasn't as what it was portrayed to be. Um, I think he meant well, but the way he went about it was really the wrong way. And because my name was attached to it in the racetrack, um, I took a beating for it. And look, I've got thick skin and I'm all right about it. Um, but I didn't want to be any part of that, and I'm not affiliated with Ernie Shell whatsoever. I've always wished him the best, and I've always laid low with my team. I do still have my team, and I'm gonna start firing them back up. They haven't rested; they're still looking. I've been the one that's really been away. Um, I've been trying to catch myself. So, what I want to touch on, I know I'm rambling a little bit. What I want to touch on is after the incident with the Ernie Shell with Candace and her saying, or him coming up there a few weeks back, um, I didn't kidnap her. I didn't do anything to her. I blah, blah, blah. And he was completely freaked out on something that had happened. Don't know what had happened because I really didn't keep up with it. Um, at that same time, uh, the DA was talking with, I guess, Don Wells or the grand jury at that same time. When all that was going down, it was like almost like a distraction type of deal thing. And then when I was hearing Ziggy and Benny talk last night and stuff about Jody Sue, I'm gonna touch on that as well. The stuff about Jody Sue, I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. Candace has been gone for a couple of weeks. She's always on YouTube somewhere. She's always got something to say somewhere or popping up on somebody's live stream or in somebody's chat. I haven't seen this now for a couple of weeks, so I got to thinking, well, where is she at? And I heard that she's at a friend's house, or she's here, or she's there. And I thought to myself, well, what if she's in protective custody? What if somebody has picked her up, the FBI has picked her up and forced her into a detox and is protecting her now? Um, because just is not right. She's away from her home. Why is she staying away from her home? I, as a grieving mother, or I, as a mother that would have lost a child, I would not want to leave my home. I would want to be right there all the time, in case somebody came and knocked on my door and said, "Hey, we found your baby." I would be, if I didn't have anything to hide, I would be 100% working with the cops, whether I have a criminal past or not, which I do. Two felonies, and I've been so transparent about it. There's nothing to hide about it. You mess with my children, and I'm not afraid to catch a charge, which I have. Um, so I understand that all us parents were all different in so many ways. Now, I do not condone her behavior for, of course, how she's treated her children, and I know it's just alleged. It's things that I wouldn't do, but we're talking about backcountry people here, so some things are hidden. And that's where I'm going to jump into the Jody Sue. I'm not, how do you explain it? When a search dog, and I've got quite a few people that work SNR, and they have dogs, they have boats, they have sonar. And when you have an SNR dog, and I was listening to the lady talk last night, these dogs are trained, but they're not fighters. They will not fight. They will stand down, but they know their cues of what they need to do, and their trainers know their cues. So if the story is true that an SNR dog stopped at Jody Sue's feet after getting out of a creek, why? That right there says a lot to me. If this is a search and rescue dog that did do that, if it's not a made up story, again, you got to take some of this with a grain of salt, because it's not coming from TBI, it's not coming from FBI, it's not coming from Sheriff Ronnie Lawson, it's not coming from them. And I've had my roundabouts as well, and my flip flopping on Ronnie Lawson as well. But I don't think that he would turn to YouTube with such a high profile case and ask about those 4 hours. I think that it would be done through the TBI, um, on a official website, asking for YouTubers or um, the YouTubers or other people out there for help, um, who can account for these 4 extra hours. All we know is that first phone call came in at 6:25 or 6:23, I believe. Um, that's That's all that I know, and that's been proven so far. And late afternoon is when she came missing. Now I've been listening to Jody Sue. I've been watching her body language. I've been listening to a few other people about Jody Sue. I'm not one to catch. Um, I don't make a educated guess. I watch people. I see how they act. I see their body language, and I listen to what they're not saying. And what Jody Sue is not saying is they are the ones that did it. I mean, she has almost created the narrative of this case. It's almost created. I do believe 100% that Jody Sue and her family is involved. Um, why? I don't know. I believe it has to do something with drugs, or I believe it may have something to do with SA deviancy. Um, I believe that there was a drug debt that may have been owed maybe to this family. And they saw their moment, and could they have taken her? What would they have done to her? Now, I did do a spirit box session the other night. There are a few answers in there. I do trust the spirit box answers. When I'm asking direct questions and I'm getting direct answers with names that that are very hard, specific names, and these names are coming out of the spirit box. In the spirit box, you cannot generate words into the spirit box. You cannot program it. You cannot do anything to the spirit box to make it say things. You have to listen to the spirits, and you have to have a trained ear to hear what they are saying. I have listened. So, yeah, I've listened to a little bit of what she is saying, Sarah. Not much. Um, I think she means well, but us who are gifted, we can only give pieces. We cannot solve it. Just like she's so, high on the Tyler and the Casey case, I did the same thing. I was like, this is where they're going to be found. This is, there's going to be a dog that's going to be there beside them, blah, blah, blah. I literally did the same thing. So we all work on different levels and different frequencies. Um, a lot of my people, that are on my Facebook, they watch a lot that I do over there because I'll just throw it up over there. Um, and on YouTube, I've never really made myself big, and I don't plan on being big. Um, but here, I feel like maybe you could reach a few more people. So that's why I wanted, to come up. I feel, what do you guys think? Do you feel maybe she may be in a witness protection program? Why she's been so quiet? Because it's not like Candus to be quiet. There's always some kind of drama or something that's going around Candus that that we know something that's going on. Now, a lot of the other YouTubers, what's the word I'm looking for? So I say it right. They allege, I guess is the word. It's allege and think and can be, it's my opinion and all of that, which some of them have been such good opinions and good theories. And I say the same thing. That's what I'm here doing tonight. I have a theory and I sort of want to discuss it. Could it be that the FBI are involved and they've sort of taken over Hawkins County there, and they now have Candus maybe in hiding because maybe Candus is ready to give up information on Jody Sue or that hill up there. I mean, you think she's hiding out, but where? If somebody would know where she is at. I do too. I think that they are getting closer, and I think probably right around the year mark, arrest will be made, and someone will give it up. I would have thought by now, you know, that Donnie would have flipped. I really would have thought by now he would have been singing like a canary in the jail. And he probably is singing like a canary, and I don't think he knows really what's going on. Um, because he couldn't keep himself straight. And the same thing for Candace, but I noticed that she's more guarded whenever she talks. She thinks a little bit more before she talks, and she's always backing up. She's quick, she's slick. So, like, whenever a question is asked, she's very slick to get it back out. Um, I really think that maybe they need to check that property up there, Jody Sue's property, Andy's property. I think that they might be surprised with what they find up there, not just our baby girl, but I think that they might find others. I don't know. I have that suspicion. And what I'm reading through Jody Sue, I'm feeling it too. And it's a theory. It's just what I'm pulling. Um, and it's what I feel, but I think that she is up to her nose in it. And I think Candace is as well. Um, Again, I think the Candace is the key. I don't think the dogs are the key. I think Candace is the key to this being solved. So does anybody have any questions? Indica, where do you think she might be hiding out? I don't know. A lot of this just it don't make no sense. None of this case and all these players that are in it, but I think it goes down to that hill. That baby has not left that hill. And I think when she did leave the hill, I think they were moving her around. It was like a wild goose chase. And then when it settled down a little bit, they brought her back up there to that hill. And I think that's where she's resting at, is that hill. And I think it's probably on Jody Sue's property, somewhere in the backwoods. I do too, Pinkstone. I think they all know what happened. I think they do. I think they all know. Um, and I'm sorry, Jody Sue's son is an adult. He's not a young child. He is an adult. The junior. He's an adult. Well, hi, Ink. Thank you for stopping by. Glad you found me. Um, so, I mean, there's things that he could be doing. I think I heard of a story one time that I don't remember where I heard it from, so don't get me wrong if I quote it. Um, that there was a pool, a blue pool or something that's missing out of Summerwell's yard. Apparently, Andy was in this pool, and Summer and Andy were playing. So we know that these children would hang out with Jody Sue's son, Andy, the older one. And he's an adult, so it's not like he's being bashed or anything. He is literally an adult. He's not a child. Now, He's not 21 yet, so he can't be buying beer and cigarettes, tobacco. But he's legally an adult. There's no doxing him or anything. Um, so I know that has been said, and I know that that pool was said to be coming up missing. And then, of course, you've got that for sale thing. And I did do a lot of, looking up and stuff with that barrel with the for sale. And, like I said, back October, I believe it was Memorial Day last year when I came out. And I got into it with my team because they were so afraid of me putting that whole information out. And it's down there on my videos, about what we had ran across on, which is child trafficking ring. Look, I do believe that there's child trafficking ring going on there, but I don't feel Summer came up missing because of a child trafficking ring. I believe she came up missing for something more sinister, and it has to do with drugs. Also, the other night when I did a spirit box, if you guys remember, um, the text that H saw, um, when apparently he was with Candus, it's done. Now, the other night on the spirit box, we were talking about Jody Sue. I was talking with Summer, and we were talking a little bit about things and Jody Sue. And, I asked her why, and the word came through. It's done. So that automatically sort of gave me a connection as well that I'm leaning towards Jody Sue. I'm leaning towards Candus. I'm leaning towards them all. There's something up there on that hill that they are hiding. Something that, yeah, something bad. They're hiding something bad up there on that hill. And I don't know. I mean, what do you guys think? Now, I haven't pulled out no facts. The only facts I pulled out are whenever, back before November. Those are the facts that I pulled out and I put up there. So what are your thoughts? Where's my Charlie girl? Would anybody like to come up and share an opinion? Because that's what it is, just an opinion, theory, theorizing. And I'm really starting to lean towards maybe Candace is in witness protection. Anybody have any thoughts? Um, I can. How do I drop the link? Would anybody like the link? No, she don't deserve this at all. She is such a beautiful, beautiful baby, and she don't deserve any of what has gone on here. It's not her fault whatever has happened or why she even had to pay for whatever has happened. um I don't think that the older kids are involved, her brothers. I think it's an outsider that has taken her. But I think it's up there on Ben Hill Road. I don't think she left Ben Hill Road. I still think that she is there. If you guys have any thoughts, do let me know. We can discuss it. We can talk about it. Pink Stone is like, I think they're hiding something really bad, too. Things don't add up. Bless Summer, she don't deserve this at all. She don't. She's a 5-year old beautiful baby. 6, I believe now, right? She had a birthday February. And this, it's about finding Summer. It's about bringing her home. Why would people want to hide the truth? If it was an accident, you know, you look more guilty a year later by hiding the accident. If it was truly an accident and something bad happened to this baby, I mean, the most you would be charged would probably be child neglect or child endangerment. If it caused her death, whatever the case may be. If she got into drugs, because like I've said before, and I hold steady to it, I do not buy that photo of the day. I do not buy it. I do not buy the truck, her going up the hill. I do not buy the photo in the jumpsuit. I don't buy it. There's just something wrong with that photo, um, that's not of that day. It's almost like an alibi has been put together for the 15th, but I think that maybe she came up missing on the 13th, on Sunday. That's my thought. That's my opinion. Until I see something otherwise to prove hard evidence to say, okay, we see her. There's video, we've seen her on this video camera, with 100% evidence. Not the Sonic person that said, yeah, we saw her in the back seat. There's no video to prove it. Anybody could say that. Yeah, me too, Sarah. It is. It's very scary and evil. And, oh, my poor Summer. I mean, this poor baby did not deserve what has ever happened to her. And I've talked to Candus and I've talked to Donnie, and I've been nice with them, and because I'm not a judgmental person, I'm not going to judge anybody. That's not for me to judge. I leave it up to the higher power, which is God, and because He's the ultimate judge. All I'm supposed to do is love people, and that's what I will do. Now I can walk away from people that don't know how to receive a loving hand, but I can be there to reach out a hand and love them anyway. Another child, Sarah? Well, up in that area, we've got that Frank Light that did some pretty bad stuff to children. I don't know how far he is from there, but he did some pretty bad stuff. Then we got another guy that is also a predator that is within a couple of miles from their home. And then on that hill, I believe that there was a predator, the Don or his son or something. Um, People are saying Candace has a cellar connected to the shed. I'm sure TBI would have found that if that was true. And another child, I don't know. That's why I'm thinking, with what's going on with the Jody Sue, um, could there be more out there in the woods? Could there be another child that has gone missing and it be because of over there? Um, That spirit box said his name loud and clear, Baltimore. Loud and clear. You can't not just put that name into a box. That's when the blood ran cold through my body. Whenever the spirit box said that the other day, I was like, whoa. So this does lead me to believe that they're involved. That baby is still on Ben Hill Road, and I believe it's between Don Wells and Andy's property, Baltimore's property. She's in between those two properties. That's where they're going to find her at. There are other things that were said too. Um, oh, it's okay to be shy, Sarah. Grandis did say to a friend of hers that Summer didn't get out of the truck. But then I was just hearing yesterday that she was sitting down watching TikTok videos with Grandma. So, which one is it? We don't know if that's true. Because there's so many stories that are so around it, so many theories. So we don't know which is true and which is not true. And I personally do not see Ronnie Lawson turning to YouTubers and asking that question, where's 4 hours, or having somebody else ask that question. It's right there, baby. I just don't see him asking that. I really don't. Um, there's something about, I don't know. I have a hard time trusting it. I don't know if it was um, for that 15 minutes of fame. I don't know. I don't know who the person is who said it. Um, but Ronnie Lawson has been very closed-lipped, very closed-lipped, and not really given us too much information. You're right, Indica. There's just too many stories to keep up with. And it's like you got to take them all with a grain of salt. A lot of it, and I think a lot of us, we all mean good. There are a couple of them out there that don't mean good, but there are quite a few of us out there that do mean good, because a lot of us out here are parents, and I right with you, Pinkstone. I can't leave the hill for some reason. I think what happened was there on that hill somewhere, in my opinion. I agree with you. I I agree with you. I feel that that baby is still on the hill. I think she was moved around for a bit while the research is going on. Um, but I think that she was eventually brought back home. Sarah, I think Candace told her. I really do. She was smiling at first interview, saying Summer was the boss of the family. She said was. I couldn't believe it. Yeah, I heard that too on the first interview with her, talking about her in past tense. Um, the soul could go into, paying off a debt, you know, where, like I've said 100 times, I feel Candace is that key. And Summer paid the debt. And I think Candace is the one that's involved about it. I agree, Sarah. I do. I feel that there may be more children up there. I mean, I'm not talking a boatload of kids, but I'm talking maybe two or three kids maybe that have gone missing. It might be something that's in the family that they might do. I don't know, but something just is not right, and something is not. Ooh, sorry, my birds. I just don't. I'm sorry. I just don't feel that something is right. Even why would this Jody Sue? Why would she interject herself so much? Like she is. Oh, what's the word I'm looking for? Like she's the main character of the story, and it's her narrative. Her narrative. Nobody else's narrative. Um, and it's how she says it and how she's saying it happens. Um, and I understand that she's given her opinion, but her opinion has turned into, I think, in her mind, stone cold facts. And she's very interjected into it. And if you go back and you look in the past in cases, 99% of the FBI cases and cases that are done where somebody has been murdered or hurt, the person that committed the crime is usually right there on camera 247, right in the middle of it. And that's exactly where Jody Sue has been this whole time, right smack dab in the middle, given all these theories. Now, if the FBI is coming to her house and checking her out, they're coming out there for a reason. And it's going to be for probably manufacturing her drugs. I mean, I gotta call a spade when you see one. I understand that this is in your past, but there's also good money that's involved in it. I mean, yeah, it is hearsay. I think of her a little bit differently now, especially with things that's happened in my own life with people that manufacture drugs. You know, I don't have sympathy for them um, because a person that manufacture drugs, is what caused the life of my child, a 19-year-old. So I have no sympathy for you, and I don't really want to listen to anything that you have to say because it's irrelevant as well. You've just interjected yourself into a situation. And I'm very curious to why these dogs stopped at your feet, that SNR dog stopped at your feet. That tells me a lot right there. Hi, United for Survivors. And yeah, a lot of it is hearsay. Hey, Jamie, good to see you. I'm glad you found me. Which video, Sarah, are you wanting to see? Yes, he has. He knows something big is going on, and I don't believe it for a second. Candace and Dawn passed their lie detector test. Um, I'm not for sure if they did or not pass it. I know that they said that they did, but I think that it was inconclusive because of the drugs. I'm not for sure, so do not hold me to it. Yeah, Sarah, the Necrophonic app. I use that instead of the SB7. I used to have the SB7, but it would spit out too much noise. So the necrophonic actually is equivalent 100% to the SB7. You just don't have that white noise, and you're able to hear the spirits a lot more better whenever they talk. So I love my necrophonic app. Whenever I got it, it was $10. I don't know if the price has changed, but you can get it Google Play. I trust the app. You cannot mess with this app. You cannot put no words into it. You can't do anything to it. And also, back Octoberish, I had a really good session on the spirit box with Summer, and I actually had lights that flickered, and I thought that was really awesome. Quite a few people got to see that. All right, Jamie, they did pass all three of them. Thank you. I wasn't for sure. I know there was a lot of hearsay that was said in there. If it's a yay or a nay. Thank you, United for Survivors. Okay. Candus did have to. Oops. Candus did have to take 2 because she was upset for the first. All right. I didn't know if any of them were inconclusive or not, if it did come out that they truly did pass. Yes, I did, Sarah. Did you hear about the church getting hit by lightning, the church Summer went to? I thought it was a different church. Was it the same church that got hit by lightning and went up in flames? I know that was back August, September, when that happened last year. All right, Jamie, thank you. Candace's first test was inconclusive, but passed the second one. Pink Stone, you had my thought. If they sold her, then they wouldn't be lying when they're taking a test if they didn't know what happened to her. I was literally just thinking that when you wrote that. Like, again, I don't think it was sold. I think she was giving for a drug debt. Donna Grandma passed the first. Now, if they're messed up on drugs or whatever, they can still pass that test, correct? Because remember, Ted Bundy passed his test with flying colors, and how many people did he kill? Brian Casey Jr., whoever, the clown killer, I believe it was. John Wayne Gacy, thank you. John Wayne Gacy. He passed his test too. And how many people did he kill? I believe you, Jamie. I don't think that they're smart enough to outsmart the LE, but obviously they're doing something right because we haven't found baby Summer for 11 months. So there's some smart somewhere. I mean, you're dealing probably with I call Don a Machiavellism. He's got the three deep dark traits: the narcissism, the psychopath. And usually, Jamie, the people that are beyond ignorant are the smartest ones. That is true. Sarah, look it up. It was on the news in Tennessee. It's not a coincidence. God gave this sign that day. He knows. Also, the plant that Donna talks about blew up the next day after her reading Crazy. I seriously think she wandered off in the mountains and got lost. There's a lot of ravines and a lot of drops there. All the people that were there would have found her. I think she would have been found by now. And if an animal would have got her, there would have been clothes, which is true. And whenever I did a spirit box reading, they told me what the spirit said was on Jody Sue's backwoods near a well. That's what was said on my spirit box a couple of nights ago whenever I did it. If she wandered off in that time, I agree, Jamie. I do. I agree. There's always that possibility because we don't know. But I think that I personally feel, my theory, I think there's something more sinister to it. I do. I feel that there's something more sinister. I agree. I feel his son is very suspicious, and I think that's why Jody Sue has put herself into it. If you heard the spirit box, it said Baltimore's name the other day. I mean, how many people are named that? And it literally said Baltimore. Seriously, it did. It blew us away. And that was my first time coming back just asking questions. So that's why I'm leaning towards Jody Sue family. But I'm also leaning towards Dawn and Candace that there's something going on. And I think Candace holds the key, whether she's passed that test or not. I understand, that she doesn't have all her scruples there, but a narcissist or a psychopath, they know, or somebody that may have detachment disorder or personality disorder, they can change their mind. It's probably from all the abuse that she's had growing up and dealing with the abuse from Dawn. You have like this detachment disorder where your mind could take on different personalities type of deal. So he's been pretty much cleared. See, I haven't heard that. That's been the rock I've been under. But he hasn't been cleared for the other stuff with the sisters yet. And I agree, they're all freaking wackos on Ben Hill. I hope that there's a good few people up there. What are just the rumors, Jamie? I will lose my train of thought. I'm sorry. Yes, Indica Sunshine. She might not know where summer is, but she knows more than she is saying. I agree. I do agree. See, and that's a lot, Jamie. A lot of people, they say rumors. They do. A lot of people say these rumors, and oh, about his sister? I don't think that's a rumor. I think that's true. I think that there's charges that may be pending because if I heard right, the DA and the DA and the DA and the grand jury had went up and said something. Um, You asked, did I watch Squall Tits last video? No, I only heard maybe about 5 minutes of it, and I was cooking, but I wasn't paying that much attention to it. I came in on like the very end when she was saying goodbye. So I really didn't get anything. I was going to go back later on and pull it up and listen to it. Are you sure, Jamie? He can't be charged on a YouTube thing because it's past the statute of limitations. I know rape, there's no statutes of limitation. If they know who did it, I know that there's no statute of limitation. I think that's in all of the United States. I would have to look that up just to make sure. I will. That's what I planned on watching later on whenever I went to bed. Charlie girl, you're good. Them gummies are good for you. Um, you're right, Sarah. Bundy was a sociopath. They have no guilt. That's true. And Bundy passed his lie detector test. That's why they're not um, held up. That's why they're not held up in the court of law. Oh, I don't know, Jamie. I have to go and look that up. Thank you for that information, though. I mean, there's probably something that can get him on. And I know state laws, they differ, they vary. And that would be sad if he got away. Oh, really? That would be sad if he got away with it because I thought that there was no statute of limitation on an SA victim, especially if it's rape. I don't think there was any statutes of limitation. And I know they're adults coming out, but if they're finally just now talking about it, they're still survivors. And I've seen, I've actually seen a couple, they'd be charged when they've come out. I don't think he'll get away with it. I really don't, Jamie. I don't think he'll get away with it. They're going to find something that's going to make it stick. It might be a lesser charge, but he will have to register as a child predator. I can almost guarantee you. Because it happened whenever they were kids. I mean, he's got a son that is a child predator. Not his younger ones, the older one. The older son. No. If they do a civil suit, let them do a civil suit. I mean, whatever it takes. Yeah, there's a lot of sinister stuff up there on that hill. I believe it. Whenever I first came in, people told me they're like, Dusty, you've got to be careful. These people are some bad, bad people up there on Beach Creek. And they're like, just be careful of what you're seeing and what you're doing, what you're saying. And quite a few people have told me that. A lot of the boots on the grounds, they're like, just be careful. Because these people are some bad people. The cops don't want to go up there. They're like, people go up there to kill people all the time. And that's some of what the back people, some of the people have told me about the Beach Creek area. Jamie, you're right. Our laws are very messed up. Jamie, I've already been doxxed. I got doxxed whenever we were trying to get somebody to search for us the racetrack. Thank you, Charlie Girl. Jamie Howard, Charlie Girl just put up a thing there. Under a section of law. So there's probably a good way that he may get himself because there's 6 victims, I believe, that have all came forward. I got doxxed all the way back in the beginning in August whenever I had my team call in Ernie Shell because he promised me, look, he promised us so much. He promised that he was with the FBI, that he was a U.S. Marshal, that he worked Secret Service with the Trump people. I mean, he gave us the whole shebang, and we fell for it. Um, we did. We fell for it. So whenever he came, he was late because he went to my boots on the ground's house to pick up the information. We gave him a folder full of the information of our work, our sleuthing, diagrams, maps, where we thought, blah, blah, blah. After we did all of that, he said that he had the FBI with him and that he had some police cars with him, police people with him. Nobody came with him other than a PHN, and then and that was it. Their search dog was their dog, their personal wolf dog. Um, and then of course, quite a few of my boots on the grounds was there, and then another person was there that used to be with PHN that's no longer with them. If I would have known that they were streaming that day at that racetrack, I would have disassociated myself. I had absolutely no idea what they were doing until after the fact, and then all the stuff had started happening with the racetrack and the owner. We were on good terms with the owner, the people that were there, and he totally messed all of that up. Totally messed all of that up, and we quickly disassociated ourselves with him and them, and they started to dox us. And they started to dox me, and then, of course, I ended up in the YouTube world doxed, which I've got nothing to hide. I'm a very transparent person. You ask me, I'm going to tell you my story. Jamie, you know my story. So, I mean, I've got nothing to hide. Indigo Sunshine, I believe, that the law needs to be changed. If you're guilty, you need to pay for it, no matter how long it has been. I agree with you 100%, because a lot of SA survivors don't come out, especially if it's a family member. They don't come out until they're well into their adulthood life. But, a good survivor that's sort of healed from it, they're going to do everything they can to protect their youngins. Anything before 2013 is grandfathered in. So we know that this happened before 2013, so it could be grandfathered in. And I agree with United for Survivors. He deserves every bit what's coming to him if, he did do this to these girls when they were 5 and 6 years old. A law enforcement man went on panel and read the law about SA because this case is over 35 years old. They have to go by the laws back then, so the statutes of limitation ran out on Dawn. I absolutely agree he should pay for what he did, but our laws don't support that, unfortunately. That stinks. That really does. But with it being a high-profile case, maybe with so many victims, maybe they might do something. Charlie Girl is the only thing I can think of. What could keep them from charging him would be that he was a minor too. It was said he tried to SA one of the girls when he was 19, but I'm not for sure if he was successful. Yeah, I think I heard, and I think she was 12 or 13 at the time when he tried to do that again to her. Um, and I don't think he was successful. I think he fought back. She fought back. I hope he don't get away with it. I really don't. I really hope that they brand him because he's a dangerous man. He don't even need to get out of jail. He needs to stay there. He's dangerous. He's very, very dangerous, very manipulative, very condescending. Not good people. And I know you're not supposed to keep good. I know you're not supposed to say that about people, but this man has committed so many crimes and gotten away with it. I agree. Indigo Sunshine, the girl suffer from it forever and he gets away with it. It's not right. Not at all. When you become an SA victim and you finally get your strength to talk, you want that person to be held accountable. I mean, they need to be held accountable for what they did to you, even though if we were a child in the 70s or whatever year it was, you're violated. It's a crime committed against you when you're a child. Most of the time, when a minor commits a say, it is usually expunged when they turn 18 if he was able to stay out of trouble. Um, I don't know, Charlie Girl. I think it stays on the record, but it's not privy to the public. It's only privy to like the police and FBI in case that person commits again another sexual act of deviancy. They can pull that record from whenever they were a child, and that will come up on their record as a child as well. So I don't think it's expunged. It's just us people, we're not allowed to see it, but the police and everybody else can see it because at that time they're minors. Correct, it's sealed. Anything from 18 and under on a minor child, we don't get to see, but 18 and above, we're public record, we can see it. The woman Candace is staying with was on Squall tonight and said pretty much she's scared of Dawn. Whenever I talked with Dawn, I was scared of Dawn too. I was actually scared of Candace as well because I watched her. Um, I could see her change her personality. Dawn is the same way. Like I said before, I was on a video and I watched Candace slap the snot out of Dawn. And that's when Dawn was complaining about his eardrum being broken. And it was right after that slap whenever his eardrum was broken. I witnessed that with my own eyes. I was on video camera whenever I was talking with Dawn. We're actually talking about church and God, and a lot of other things. And it's not that I was fishing for information. I just want to see what I could feel um, to bring his baby home because that's all I wanted. That's why I came into this was to bring the baby home. Um, the woman Candace is staying with was on Squall tonight and said pretty much she's scared of Dawn. I think I already read that. So is Candace still staying with her? Because I'm thinking that she might be in protective custody because we haven't heard anything from her whatsoever. And I find it odd. Would anybody like to come up tonight and ask any questions and or any thoughts? Jamie, would you like to come up? Truth for the missing? I would like to hear y'all's thoughts, yours discussions, see what you guys think. So she's in Georgia with her friend Kathy. I was just in Georgia the other day. I bet they're getting big. I bet they're getting big, big. So, with an active investigation, would they let her go to Georgia though? Because we know this is an active investigation, and she is the center of it. And we're on 11-month mark, and we'll be on a year mark next month. The TBI is okay with her being there in Georgia. Hmm. Ziggy said the lady that gave her the recent info said Candus is staying with Ernie's girlfriend. Wait, now I think I heard on crafting earlier this morning when I was listening while I was doing breakfast. I think I heard that they broke up online or something. Ernie and his girlfriend. I don't know. I pay attention, but I don't pay attention. But I think I heard that they broke up because it was it was a cute video with him taking. They were laughing and giggling, and I heard Miss Crafting say about even though how bad Ernie has acted and everything else, it's good to see him laughing. And I agree 100% because I'm not a hateful person. I want to see people happy. Um, all right, which is true. She hasn't been charged with anything, so she's free to go wherever she wants. Okay. I don't remember I want to say Lori. I think that might be the name that I heard. I could be wrong. Um, but isn't it odd that Candy isn't coming on YouTube? Uh, uh, Kingstone. Dusty, I can't talk. I had surgery on the artery in my neck. I had blockage left side. Gotta go back and have right side done. And my voice is messed up right now. I'll come up one day. Oh, Pinkstone, you are in my prayers and gonna send a lot of mega prayers your way that you have a safe recovery when you go back in to have your right side done. I'm so sorry. I hope everything works out for you, Pinkstone. And I'll look forward to it one day. I really would. That would be awesome. Jamie, the woman she's staying with is married with kids, and Benny has Dogster. Oh no. And Jennifer, her name is Kathy. So many names and so many players. The last I saw Candus, she was with some lady. She had her hair done. She had just dyed her hair. And that was the last time I've seen her. Thank you, ladies, for sending Pinkstone prayers. You guys give her some hearts of love and prayer hands. That would be awesome. It will keep you in our prayers, Miss Pinkstone. Okay. Now, Candace was on Squall Tit. I agree, United for Survivors. I mean, everything, it's none of it makes any sense whatsoever. None of it. At the end of the day, all we want to do is find this baby girl and bring her home. However, people want to live, whatever people want to do, whatever drugs they want to do, if they want to commit crimes, they can commit them. But at the end of the day, all I want, and I'm sure a lot of us want, to bring Summer home. That's it. Oh, Kathy was, but Candace wasn't. But Candace is with her. You're welcome, Pinkstone. Look, I'm nothing but love, and quite a few of my people in here are nothing but love. We are love. Actually, all my girls in here, we're all love. Okay. Is she like in any like detox or anything by chance, Jamie? Do you know? I mean, it would be nice if she was. And why the hell did she leave the dogs up there all by themselves? I can too, Charlie girl. I can too. That's why I'm saying between these two properties is where we're gonna find our baby girl, or is these two properties. And I wouldn't be surprised if another one was found. She wouldn't answer. Well, it's odd that she hasn't been on YouTube. I did go sleuth and look, and I haven't found anything with Candace being on YouTube. And look, I get it, but she's also center of controversy because she does have a missing child. So she's got to show a little bit of effort as well, and not being drunk or high. There is still missing one, but yeah, they did get him out of there. They're safe. They're getting them shots. They're getting them set up and getting them ready to be adopted out. Got good people over there at the Humane Society. I saw that one dog today from that JLR, and oh my gosh, that dog was so pretty with the bluest eyes. Can somebody tell me why they clip their tails? Okay. That's odd because it seems like she was always on TikTok and always on YouTube and Facebook and somewhere. So that's really odd that they're keeping her off. I mean, let's give her credit. You know, let's give a little bit of credit. I mean, if she's trying and she's trying to straighten herself up, let's give her that little bit of credit because any person needs to be uplifted. And if I was in her situation, I probably would act different too. Hopefully she's in rehab. I pray she's in rehab. I really do. I really, really do pray that she is in rehab and able enough to own up, and talk and say, hey, I might know where my girl is at. So would anybody like to come up? Somebody can talk. United for Survivors, you're a powerhouse. Would you like to come up and talk and give your theory? I know you're not feeling too good right now because of your sciatica. I've heard that before, though, Jamie. She supposedly wants to leave Dawn. I think the reason Ronnie Lawson said the scream was unfounded is because they are considering Jody Sue as a suspect. You know what, Charlie girl, I believe you. Because I do remember at the beginning, I did hear something about a scream and then it dropped. And then it came out that Ronnie Lawson said that scream was unfounded quite a few months later. So, all of them talking, they're just going to shoot themselves in the foot anyway. So, let them talk. But you would think by now there should be some type of arrest made. And I heard somebody say you can't arrest without a body. Actually, you can. If there is circumstantial evidence or something that is found, or some type of a submission or something, um, then yes, there can be an arrest without a body. Jamie. I believe you. I believe you. Charlie girl, she only says that to people she is crushing on. I'm going to drop the link one more time, and if anybody wants to come visit or talk or give theories, open to suggestions. Because suggestions are good. Thoughts, and again, it's all just thoughts, theories, what we're doing. We're not accusing. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, hold on a minute. Oh, she's watching. Oh, okay. I love you, Jamie. Thank you. Oh boy. I know they must be having fun. Thank you, girl. And good to see you. And thanks for stopping by. Charlie, what are you eating, Charlie girl? And my coffee, she's at work. I'll bring her up. Oh, Charlie, I'm coming to your house tonight. Thank you, Jamie. I mean, we've been friends for quite a few years, so thank you. Tell your friends about me. I'm going to try to start getting in here and trying to throw out some theories and thoughts. Oh, don't tempt me, Charlie girl. I will come. It's tacos. Okay, I'm trying to see if anybody else wants to come up. As you are too, Miss Jamie. As you are too. I love you and I love the GBs. Love them a lot. Love watching them grow. Uh, I'll see if a couple of my boots on the grounds. Yeah, one of my boots on the grounds is gonna come up. Uh, link is in. I'm gonna let her get in here and ready to come. This is one of my boots on the ground. She's been doing some looking and traveling a couple of places where I've sent her, and always trying. Maybe make sure she's here. Right, Pinkstone? I think we all will show up. It's tacos. I think tacos is like the best food ever made. Like, I don't know. Well, the Mexicans, I know they're the ones that created it. Look, I'm not knocking no Mexicans out there, but I think they created the best food ever making tacos. Oh, Charlie girl, we got you. I'll be there. Oh, okay. Oh, her internet is down. So I guess what we're going to do is go ahead and I guess close it down. And I'm probably my next live. Probably my next live. I might do another spirit box session. Oh, Charlie girl, I love my Mexican food. That's right, Indigo Sunshine. We're all gonna be on our way. I love my Mexican food. Mm-mm-mm. But yeah, I think next live I'm gonna do. I might just go ahead and do another spirit box. I don't want to do them back to back. Um, I want to try to see what more information I can pull from the spirits. See if we can try to stir something up in that spiritual world to see if we can find this baby girl and try to bring her home. I mean, just for closure, because I don't want to look at all the drama on the YouTube, who's fighting who, whose story is better than anybody else's. All I want to do is bring this baby home. That's all I want. I need that closure. And I think a lot of us parents out here, a lot of us mothers, a lot of us fathers, need that closure out here too. Oh, my girl is coming up. Miss United for Survivors. Hello, hello.
Hello, Dusty.
Hi, how you doing?
Okay right now. Hanging
Mm.
in there.
Oh, I'm so sorry about your back. I hope it
Oh
feels.
no, it's my hip, the one where I have to go get that CT scan done again.
Mm-hmm.
It's um been little by little starting to really hurt. So I hope it's nothing. I hope it's just a sciatica that's giving me grief.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. It could be your sciatica.
Yeah. So I had to. I'm sorry. Double dose.
You're fine. You are fine. I understand.
So, but otherwise, I'm doing okay. How's everybody else doing in chat? I hope everybody's doing well.
Um,
Dusty?
I'm here.
No, I'm saying, are you a great cook?
Oh, I would think I am.
Okay,
And, how?
somebody just mentioned that. I didn't know that.
Oh, Nature Lee. Dusty is a great cook. Seen her food on Facebook. Thanks, Nature Lee. That I am. I like my food. Thank you,
I
Nature.
love. My favorite is I love. I could eat them all every day, 7 days a week. Tacos.
Yes.
If they made the correct way with all the ingredients, I love them.
Mm-hmm. They
So,
make your tongue slap your brain in the back of the head.
yep.
Jamie, I will let her know, and yours as well.
Thank you, Charlie girl. Love you, ladies too. Love you all. Well, um,
What are your thoughts? Your
my
theory?
thoughts. Well, actually, from the first time I heard um JS, I guess I say that,
Yeah.
or JB.
J.
Um, I
Mm-hmm.
kind of, when she was kind of going back and forth with Candace about certain things, it came a little bit in perspective for me that something wasn't right about her story because she did say quite a few times that when they heard a noise, that they went outside, or her daughter went outside first, and then she went behind it, but she went down when it was said that it wasn't true that Baltimore was coming home at that particular time. And she said that he was coming on his way home. I kind of then already thought it was something fishy. And then I kind of listened to a couple of, I was only 16 little short 10-minute clips where she's explaining. I just don't understand why she went down the driveway and dropped her purse once she found out what happened to Summer. Okay, so you drop your purse on the edge of the road. Anybody can pick that up. You know, you went to the water, you went to the creek, and you went in the creek. For what reason? If you wouldn't had anything on your feet, you wouldn't have to walk in the creek. You walking on the property does not throw the smell, the scent of summer off.
Correct.
So that kind of right there, kind of threw me for a loop a little bit.
Hmm.
Um, and then all the accusations that were made towards um Don, um, but never really anything that would have said besides, him taking a shower with his daughter, that there was anything else going on. If you can hear everything they say from your side of the holler, and you must have known what was going on. So I think there is some covering up from quite a few people up there on that hill. Um, did she do it alone? I don't think so. I think there was other people involved. If she, just my assumption, my words, my thoughts,
Your
uh,
opinion.
my opinion, my thoughts, um, my thoughts on that is that she knows a lot more than what she is saying. She is not speaking the truth. Um, my opinion is that all of them up there, all three, I think, have some kind of guilty knowledge in some way, but then I don't know because now it's said that Don is almost cleared. Is that true? That's what I heard on Siggy's.
I don't know if he's almost cleared.
Okay. See, the it just gets so confusing with this whole mess trying to find out what happened to this poor baby.
Hmm.
Um and just for the parents alone not to even have no concerns, have no worries. um I am really upset. If she is not in treatment, that people actually giving her a place to hide. um Jody Sue with her, I mean, I feel bad for her. She been through the abuse, um but using cancer as a no, I can't think of the word, escape, um or just trying to make people feel sorry for you. um it's a crying shame because it makes every cancer survivor just look like they looking for something. um I've been through it twice, but I don't go on TV and mention it constantly. I have never really said anything about it.
Hmm.
And for her children, I don't know if they speaking the truth, or were they coached into speaking what they spoke of. Um, I think it's a, like I said, it's a bigger hole right there, a bigger circle than what we probably think of that helped, if not Don, then mom and grandma. They should know something because they were with the child for the rest of that day. Um, where is the time that it's been missing? I think we kind of can figure that out a little bit. Was grandma sleeping? Did Candace falling asleep because of her maybe being stressed out over something, and maybe she taken something, maybe she drank. I don't know. Um, and I'm not saying that she did. Um, but I know something happened at that point. We all know what Candace likes to do. So the child was not supervised correctly. Otherwise, she still would be, I think, with us. And I sometimes get that feeling that, to me, the way the parents were giving themselves with the interviews and stuff, like she was a bother. Like the children just been, you know, children. Like, we don't want to have nothing to do with you because I'm more concerned over drugs, or I'm more concerned over alcohol. So I think that Jody Sue, Candace, Brandis, Baltimore, um, and a couple of other people, that they do know what really went on that day. And I do hope that they will find out what happened and who did it, because Summer deserves that. She deserves everything in this world. And it was just, um, it's just not right how everything just evolved around this child, and how crazy everything has become. And how people can hide something like that, and why would they lie for each other, and why wouldn't they come out with the truth if they really truly cared for that child? Um so I'm just, I'm very disappointed in Jody Sue, Candace, and the grandma, and whoever else is involved in that you all have done a horrible thing to a 5-year-old poor child that had no chance, and still doesn't have no chance, because it almost seems like everybody's just going crazy over all this fighting that's going on, and the hiding, the hiding of the truth, and the hiding of her mother, the feeling, I'm sorry. And even if, say, that's just my opinion, if she had nothing to do with it, and grandma didn't have, and Don didn't have nothing to do with, they still are horrible people because of what they did to their children and what they did around their children and what they made their children do. So therefore, to me, both of them need to be locked up for child endangerment, child abuse, child neglect, um, and then whoever did this to poor little Summer, they need to go to jail. They need to lock them up and throw the key away and never let them back out.
I agree with you.
You
100%
know,
united for survivors.
yes.
Poor Summer
Um,
has not had a chance and she hasn't had a voice.
right, right,
And
right,
I know there's a lot of good YouTubers out there trying to give her a voice. And that's all we want to do is we want to give her a voice so we can bring her home
right.
because she
She
needs to be home.
right. She deserves to be home. She deserves to be where she belongs.
Yeah.
Even if it wasn't a happy place for her, um, she still deserves to be brought back home.
Yeah. We need closure. Um, I personally, after this long, I don't think that, she is earthbound any longer. I
Yeah,
personally think that she needs to be brought home, one for closure, and two, so that we can, you know, properly,
right,
us, us people as a community, the YouTube world, the people that care so much that aren't even in the YouTube world, where
right,
we're able to give this baby the respect that she well deserves that she didn't get from her parents or from people that knew her. You know, I've always said that I feel that Summer was like a little wild child, that she had to do everything on her own.
yes,
And, wild, barefoot, fancy free, almost like, how do I explain it? Almost like a child that the earth is bringing up, not her parents, but like the earth is bringing up, the animals are bringing up. That's the type of child that I see her as.
yes, yes, very true. She was very free. She was like a little butterfly.
Hmm.
Um, and she was even, with her speech delays and stuff, um, she was always in some of the videos I see the one that where she's on her swing, she's
Hmm.
having fun.
Mm.
But we don't see that. We have not seen very many videos of that. We have not seen very many pictures where she is just smiling. She always has that sad look, that
Yes.
um how can I say, that lonely look, that I need love, I need hugs, I need caring.
Empty.
Um so that was missing in her life.
Yep.
And that's why I think, she really deserves better than what she's been getting here. If people would just come together and try to find out what happened to Summer instead of worrying about what everybody else is doing and throwing each other, out
And
there in the dirt constantly, and just reach out and hold your neighbor's hand and come together and try to find out what happened to Summer. That
aim.
would be the best thing for YouTube world, for these people that are involved, the people that live there. um come together and find summer together as a whole, as one.
You said it perfectly. United for Survivors. Come together as one. Unite as one.
Yep,
All the fighting, the bickering, the drama, the he said, she said, the I'm right, you're wrong, the I'm going to dox you because you said this, or I'm going to dox you because you said that. I mean, all of that has got to quit. I think we all have one goal, and that goal is to bring this baby home, to bring Summer home, and to bring other children home that are
home.
missing. I mean, a lot of us are so emotionally involved in Summer's case
Yes,
because I think Summer is a lot like a lot of us when we were growing up, wild and fancy free.
yes,
And I think us as grown adults, we see ourselves as her. You know, that could have been us. Growing
right.
up. And a lot of us just became so emotionally involved because, like I said, we see us and her. And I think that Beach Creek, Ben Hill Road, they just want it to go away. But we can't let it go away because at the end of the day, there's still a baby missing. There's still other people missing as well. But there's still a baby that's missing, and she's
Yes,
been gone 11 months now. It's time to bring her home. It's time to let her be at peace wherever she is at. Let's bring her to peace. And the people
right.
who have done this to her, they need to pay whatever it is. If it was an accident, lesser charges. But if it was done maliciously, then you take what is given to you by the court of law. And Charlie Girl says it right. We
We
will
will,
never stop.
right?
We won't. We're
No,
we're gonna find her. I mean, we have to find her. And good
and well,
evening, Morticia Grace. Good to be blessed with your presence tonight.
I think that we have taken on really all of the ladies that are here, not only here but in YouTube world and everybody that follows her case. We have taken on that role of the almost like a mother figure to her because
Yes.
she really never had a mother. Now all the gentlemen that are on here, so they have taken on um the daddy role,
Hmm.
you know, what she never had. And I would love to say, I would love to see her come back alive, but unfortunately, after 11 months, I don't think that that is a possibility. So we, as these family members of hers, would love to see her put to rest and give her that peace.
Yes. And I agree. I think you're 100% united for survivors. You're right
Mhm.
in what you say. You know, she's become our child.
Yep,
That's the way I feel. She's got so many mothers, so many grandmothers, so many aunts and uncles, so many people out there that would grab her up in a heartbeat minute and bring her in and love her and raise her as their own. And she
yep,
wouldn't have to see some of the things that she has faced throughout her life, her little 5 years of life.
right,
We as parents, we do anything and everything to protect our children from that type of lifestyle,
right.
exposing our kids to that because we don't want our children to be that way when they grow up. Unfortunately, little Summer isn't going to be able to grow up. You know,
Unfortunately, not. That was taken away from her. That right was taken away by somebody that is very evil.
mhm.
Um, and it was taken away by her parents, like I say, over drugs.
Yep.
Um, and that right there, it makes you see how powerful drugs can be, if it overtakes your mind.
Yeah. And it's very sad. And, I mean,
11 months, I can't believe.
11 months. It is time to bring her home. It
Yeah,
is. It's time that people start talking, and it's time we bring this baby home.
yes.
That's
And
all we
quit playing all of these games, these mind games
Yes.
with law enforcement, and with everybody that wants her to be home. Quit playing the games. Quit.
I agree. I agree 100%. And we're not taking jabs at nobody. That's one thing that we're not doing. We're not taking jabs. We're not bullying. We're just calling a spade the way it
Yeah.
is. A
Yes,
spade is a spade. When you sit back so long on the outside and you're looking in and you're watching body language, you're watching how people talk, you're watching how they're doing, you tend to see that they have something to hide, but we don't know what they're
what
hiding.
is it? Yes,
You know,
yes.
and elderly
Mhm.
kids, they are not innocent. I mean, kids are going to do things. They're not,
Right,
they're not innocent. And if mom don't have an eye on their 19-year-old or their 18-year-old, and they do something they shouldn't be doing, you know,
right.
I mean, sometimes that finger is going to get pointed that way too. You know,
Yes,
with actions come consequences. Something I've always taught my children. With that,
right.
there are consequences,
Every action has a consequence. That's right.
but
You
you can't
know,
be a mama bear if your son committed a crime. I mean, I as a parent, and I'm just saying hindsight. I'm not saying that this is what happened, but it's
right.
scary, and I'm just saying all around. But if my son were to go out and hurt a child in such a manner, I love my son to death. All my sons, I love them to death, but I would not be the first one. I will be behind them 100%. But guess where I would be? I'd be at
Uh-huh.
that police station. I'll be like, here he is. This is your suspect. This is what happened. This is what I know. You do
Right.
what you got to do. I raised him better than this. Actions come with consequences. I'm not going to sit up on YouTube and hide and skirt around a truth. I'm not going to do it. You know,
That's very true.
call,
Very true.
call me a bad mom. Look, my kids have told me before when they get mad at me, snitches get stitches.
Mhm.
No, I'm your mama.
Right.
I hope you're
And
not
we as
stitches on me, but
right, right. And we as parents, I'm pretty sure, we all love our children.
hmm
But if you know that your child, did something that was not right, then why cover it up? Because it will come back and bite you eventually. The truth will come out eventually. You just prolonged it. That's what you did. And I think that Summer had no voice. She
I
didn't she couldn't tell you, no, or don't do that. She wasn't, she wasn't, her speech wasn't there, and it just breaks my heart to see what happened to that baby, and how it's all going so badly for her, and 11 months in and still people are out here playing these mind games, and all for what? What do you gain out of it? That it's just going to go away? It's not going to go away because there's too many people that love Summer so dearly that they will not going to let her just go away or out of our minds or hearts. For anybody that can do that, be so calculated and not, step up to the plate,
Not even
then you don't have a heart for me. You don't. They the most heartless people that live obviously in those hollows. Not all of them. I'm just saying, over, it's just saddening. I mean, I want to say more than what I'm bringing out because I would just go ballistic. I would lose my religion, let's say it that way. That'd be one time I lose my religion.
I agree. I agree. I mean, Charlie girl. Um, she has cried almost every single time she talks about her teddy bear, which is my son I lost 6 months ago. He was 19. Um, and I can't recall one tear I've seen from Don or Candace or Grandma. That's how I know they're involved.
Yeah.
And
Grandma, right there, the grandma, wouldn't you as a grandma? I mean, I would literally
move mountains.
m- first that, but oh, I would have a broken heart. I would be in tears. I
Yeah.
would be not able to eat, sleep, at night. How can certain people that commit crimes, that do things like this to children, how can they go to bed at night and sleep? I don't understand that, but then, we can look in their minds and their thought patterns. We only can look at us and, how we feel about it and just, move on forward and making sure that Summer gets her justice she deserves.
And that's all it's about is getting justice for Summer.
Yep.
You
Yes,
know,
ma'am.
any parent that does not bat an eyebrow and plays such the sick games as well, um, that was played in the beginning, with quote the mafia and the a baby doll and a blue bin, and I mean things like that. Those are games that you just don't play with people,
No,
especially when you have a child that is missing. You know, we're out here doing what you should be doing, and I get it and I understand. Parents, they're different. A lot of us parents were different. We
of
grieve
course.
different. We think different, but you have a missing child and you're not going to want to be out there playing sick, twisted mind games.
Right,
You're going to want to sit there and anybody that comes to help you, um, you're going to be reaching your hand out, please, begging them for your help, for their help. At that time, it's not about money. It's not about gain. It's about bringing your baby home. It's about who can find your baby, who
right,
ca- who cares about reward money.
right,
You know, I've I've lived by this motto for years now. That money is the root of all evil. You need just enough to survive, but you
right.
don't want any more than what you need above your means.
And you have children in your heart and your soul. you wouldn't care about money anyway.
Exactly. You don't care about it. God will always provide. And I feel that God provided so many things to the Wells. He did. He provided them hand ups. He provided them good people, church people. He provided so many good people in their lives. And
Yes,
it was a joke to them. A joke.
yes, yes, it was. It was.
Parents don't joke that way when they have a missing 5-year-old child if they haven't done something to their child,
Mm,
or if they have guilty knowledge
mm.
of something that's been done to their child.
Very true. Very true. I I couldn't function. I just, sometimes you try to put yourself in. I try to put myself in her, head, but I can't. I mean, if it was one of my children or one of my grandchildren, I think I would die. My heart would break.
Mhm. I agree with you. I mean, it's only been this literally 6 months tomorrow that I lost my 19-year-old. And I've got 6 kids. I raised them all. He was the baby of my boys. And every day I cry.
Of
Every
course.
day I have a hard time wanting to get up out of bed. Um, I mean, I had him for 19 years and I'm so
Yeah.
blessed I had him for 19 years, but life is different.
You never know what the next day brings, and
You don't.
losing a child, which is, like I said, it would break my heart. I
It,
think I couldn't function, and no matter how long it is, or because that grief, that hurt, that pain,
mhm,
it never goes away.
it
It
don't.
can,
Never.
it can be. I mean, my daddy has passed on now for he's been gone now 17 years, but there's not a day I don't think about my dad. And my mom's now been gone about it be no, today is the 6 months. And there's not a day I miss her. I want them back with me, and I just cry, like I don't understand why, you know, we
Um,
have to have loved ones taken away from us, you know. So I don't understand why people like that don't have no emotions whatsoever when it comes to their children.
I
It's
agree.
just heartbreaking. It is heartbreaking.
I agree. It's very hard. I mean, and I understand that all us parents we grieve so much differently.
Yes,
But I don't know how to explain it.
there is a void in your life that
There
you can
is.
never get back.
There is. And it's taken me 6 months to get back up here and show my face. And it's because I did have a sign from my son and you guys happened to be with me. And it
Yes.
was like them pushing me back, like, yo, Ma, you need to get back to doing this. This is what you love to do. And you need to find Summer. You need to bring her home,
Yes.
and that's why I've sort of came back hard this week, you know, that I'm putting myself out there. I know I've still got a long journey ahead of me, but when you lose a child, you're not the same. You're not.
No, you're not.
And
And and you're not, and you never will be. You never will be. It might, get a little easier to, um, you know, deal with your day to day, things, but it will never be the same for anybody that has lost a child or loved ones.
Mm-mm.
Um, because there is nothing that really can fill that void in your heart.
I agree.
And that's where it's always good that you have people you can reach out to and just talk and have fun and laugh and just make it a little better for yourself to where you're not thinking so much, and you're not claiming so much. And then when I see something like this, it's just you just want to reach through the phone and strangle them, for playing such a horrible game with a then 5-year-old child.
Yes.
Now she's 6, and she didn't even get to live
Nope.
or see her 6th birthday, you know. But we love you, I love you, Dusty.
I love you too, United for
Um,
Survivors. I love you.
And I know our little, our little support group here we have for our survivors. We
Yes.
come together and we lift each other up and we help each other through the dark times. And um, all of these people that have reached out and wanted to be there for them, all the good people, all the people that are not into all of this foolishness with alcohol and drugs and stuff, were basically left, they were laughing at him and like, ha ha ha, I'm never going to do that. Or, you know, that's just a horrible thing to do.
Yeah. A pink stone says, if that was my granddaughter, oh my God, it would be no stone unturned or no mountain. I wouldn't climb if I had to do it on my knees and crawl up that mountain. I'm right
Yep.
there with you, pink stone. I had to
Yeah.
do that in 2003 with two of my children that were kidnapped. They were kidnapped in 97, 96. They were kidnapped. I didn't bring them home until 2003. I moved mountains. I moved continents. I moved. I moved Earth. I was not playing, and God knew I wasn't
Yep.
playing. These are my babies. I found them over in Mexico, and I did. I went to Mexico. I fought the consulate over there. So those are my boys. Here's the paperwork. I want my boys home. You know, I actually got. I didn't even get no help from the U.S. over here because I was already considered a monster because of the things that I did for the dad. I'm not proud of. Um,
Right.
it caught my first charge, a felony aggravated child abuse. Taking the fall for him. So I was considered the monster. So I really didn't get no help over here. Whenever I needed the help that I needed to get my boys, it was considered a parental kidnapping.
Hmm.
And when I found them over in Mexico, because that's where I found them at, living not in too good of conditions, um, I sent paper over to the Mexican consulate. They're like, prove to me that you're the kids, because they say you're dead. They've been told that you're dead. I proved who I was, and as soon as I got my foot off of the plane in Mexico, I was under FBI surveillance. I was in their vehicles. The Mexican cops, the FBI's, they stayed with me at the place where I was at, where my boys were at the whole time I was there for the 3 days, doing the paperwork, getting my kids, and getting on an airplane and getting back to America. But
Wow.
I moved the earth and the mountains for my boys, and I will do it again for any of my children. That's just things that we have to do as a parent, you know, and I will do it all over again.
Right.
I wouldn't change anything. Indica, thank you for the prayers. We love you too.
Thank you.
Morticia, there is so much that has come out on our Summers case these past couple of days. I'm really going over this last year in my mind. I agree with you, Morticia. There's just so much. I mean, just so much. Um, Charlie girl, and you are rocking it, Miss Dusty. Divine. He wants you to share your gift and is right there with you every second.
Yes.
I know he does. He made it very clear the other day when you guys, were on the video chat and I went out to his gravesite, just out of the blue, like, hey, Ma, you got to come see me and bring your ladies with you. Yeah, that was really a touching moment.
Yes.
Sorry.
And I enjoyed seeing, I mean, I didn't enjoy, that particular place,
I know.
but going with you and being a part of that and being a little support with some kind words, that's all it takes sometimes, to give somebody that little bit of, you know, um, hope and
Love.
love,
Hmm.
and knowing that somebody is out there that hears your pain and understands your pain. You
Yes.
know, that's all it sometimes takes.
Yeah. And, right after we did that trip with you ladies, I came on because I knew exactly what he wanted.
Yep.
It's like, Mom, it's time. You've got to get out of the funk. You've got to move around. I love you. I'm here. But your wish, I can't give to you. You
Right.
know, and my wish is I want them back.
Right.
I know I'll never get them back. So I have to learn to breathe again. I have to learn to live again. And
And there is something, I think, something that he is going to show you um within the near future. Um, you have a gift, plus you have a heart, and I know you will go out there with that gift, that good heart of yours, and you will do good things for the children.
I always do, and I always will. It's just learning to breathe again.
Yeah, I know. Like I say, one day at a time,
Hmm.
and then, that's all we can do right now at that point, one day at a time.
And that's
And
all we can do.
that's what we do with summer,
Hmm.
one day at a time. And I'm kind of really, um, how you say, I'm kind of excited that we found out some new things. Maybe, this will go a little more forward now, where within the last, within the last 15 months, listen to me, 11 months, we thought we were stuck because it was like, this little game, ring around the rosies, that is a never ending story. And that's what it felt like, you
Yes.
know, that circle could never be opened up. But now it's been opened up somewhat. Hopefully now we can, get in the middle, into the core of what really
Real.
expired with the whole summer ordeal.
I agree. And I feel guilty that I've been gone 6 months away from looking for summer or trying to find summer or do what I need to do for summer to try to bring her home. I
Right.
do. I feel so guilty. I feel like I haven't given enough of me. But I think a part of me, from June 15th up until November 16th, I was 18 hours a day sleuthing, you know,
Yes.
and I had my boots on the ground 18 hours a day. We were sleuthing. We're running on 2, 3 hours of sleep, trying to get all the information, seeing things, talking to people, getting information. We were doing a lot. And then when I lost my son, I felt like I also failed summer at the same time. And one of my friends sent me a doll, and I look at the doll all the time. They made it specially, it's a summer doll. She made it especially for me. And I look at her a lot, and I'm like, I'm gonna come back to you, baby. We're gonna come back to you, and I promise we're gonna find you. And that's what I'm doing now. I'm
And Summer, no. Go
comfort.
ahead.
I'm stepping out of that comfort zone so I can throw myself back in and get the boots back on the ground and see what all we can do, new ideas, bang our heads, see what all we can do to try to bring her home where we've got great sleuths, great investigators, that know what they're doing and how to do it. I just, we know that we're not better than the cops. We never said we were. We just
No.
want to bring pertinent information and give it to the right people. So maybe that little core, we find that little baby girl wherever she is at, because we know at the end we're going to find her.
Right.
Pink Stone says, bless you, Dusty. Wow, you're a kick ass mom. For real. What a mom, sweetie. Uh,
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure Summer knew that you were going through your own, you know, um, grief at that point. And I don't think I think she knows that and she's okay with.
yeah, she made that clear the other night whenever, we did the spirit box and she said in her voice, I remember you, you know.
Oh,
And I knew right
yeah.
then and there, it's like she was waiting for me to come back.
Right.
And, you know, Pink Stone, a kick ass mom. I went through hell in my childhood, and I said I would never ever let my children suffer the way that I suffered. And I meant it, and then I got married to a monster and they suffered. And I had to be that kick ass mom. And I'm still, I guess I still am that kick ass mom. I mean, I'm not perfect, but I've caught myself 2 charges for protecting my kids, and I wouldn't mind catching another one. I wear my felony badges very proudly. You know, I do. I'm not afraid to tell you I'm a felon. I wear them badges proudly because those are mama bear badges. And, I thought in the heat of the moment, and I did things I shouldn't have did. Um, Dusty, your heart is golden and your breath is coming back. Thank you, Morticia Grace. One day at a time.
Yeah.
Charlie girl, God put you where you're needed to be. You didn't tell Summer. She would have wanted you to heal yourself. Thank you, Charlie girl. Thank you. And thank you, Morticia Grace.
Thank you, lovely ladies, for the very kind words for Dusty and the love you all give her.
And the love we give you to Miss United for
The
Survival.
love.
Yeah, your heart is just as golden as all these ladies in here.
Uh,
We all got golden hearts.
we do, and sometimes it feels like the ones with the good hearts, the golden hearts that would do anything for their children, for anybody, are the ones that get sometimes. hurt the most.
That is 100% true.
And that's why I hope you don't mind me saying I will, well, I will try tomorrow. If not, it won't probably won't be till Wednesday because I have two appointments, doctor appointments Monday and I have one Monday and I have one Tuesday. Uh, but I would like to just put it out there um, for my channel. It is United for Survivors, and United We Will Stand for Survivors.
Yes.
Um, no matter what you going through, if you feel compelled that you want to come up and speak of what happened to you, if you know, maybe have, something for somebody out there that maybe would help them in the right direction or give them an idea. Also, we will speak on, missing children's and I don't know what else yet, but I know I'm gonna put something fun in between there too.
Yeah, I like what Purple does with Family Feud. That was addicting. I love her little game night.
Yes,
If
yes,
one of the
that was very nice.
moderators can drop United for Survivors link, could you do that for me real quick? I would appreciate it. Hurricane's Eye. Well, first, Martisha, we love you too, United. So you feel validated, my love. Hurricane's Eye. You all are beautiful, and Dusty, your teddy bear, will always be with you, guiding you through this crazy life world. You guided him through his 19 years, and now he's guiding you too.
Amen. Very well spoken. I couldn't said it any better.
Thank you.
That's true. I will. Sometimes and this is just me.
Thank you, Hurricane's Eye. I just got.
Oh,
I know.
oh, Dusty, we love you.
Oh, I love you guys too.
Such a kind words. Thank you, Hurricane's Eye.
I love you too, Hurricane's Eye.
Such a sweet young lady.
Yeah, she is. It's another heart of gold, young in the making.
Yes, yes, very much so.
Uh,
Very true, Martisha. We are stronger together. Every day we are growing stronger. We have we have rode out some very low times and we keep getting up. This journey is a full of ups and downs. Yes, Morticia, very true. We have been up and we have been down, and we are right back standing strong. Um, and we will be standing strong. Like I said, if we could help anybody out there, just guide them in the right directions, just give them an ear to listen. That sometimes means more than anything to somebody. And like I say, if you want to share your survivor story, you're more than welcome to come up on panels. I have one at a time when I go live, and we just can sit down and talk about it and discuss it, and just stand together as one and be strong together as one.
yes. Yes, ma'am. And Hurricane I, yes, ma'am. We'll be like second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth moms. We're all mama bears here, and
Amen.
when you come in, you're like our kid. We're gonna love you no matter what.
Yep.
And Charlie Girl shared United for Survivors, her channel. If you guys can like and subscribe to her, sub her up. And we're gonna try to get her started, help her out so she can get her channel up and running as well too.
And I will talk about how it became, um, I will, talk about my story a little bit and how I got to this point to become a survivor and what repelled me to um, open a survivor channel.
You're a warrior, a goddess.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You are strong and you are powerful. And I love it. I love it all about you. Just to
Thank
see
you.
how gracefully you have came out in these last 6 weeks, 8 weeks, and just
Yeah.
your grace is so powerful. You are a warrior goddess. And
Thank
I'm
you.
so proud of you. And I cannot wait to hear your story. I want to be a part of your journey.
Definitely. Definitely. And I mean, you know, and so are the wonderful ladies you have here in your chat.
Yeah.
Um, Also, they have come a big part in my life, um, and they have helped me, each and every one that is here, overcome and really go forward and find my voice, definitely.
Mm.
So
There,
I want to say thank you to everybody.
one of my boots on the ground, I'm not going to say her name. I'm just going to say DP. Um, she wrote to me, goes, Dusty, you have helped me more than you'll ever know. And I think she's done the same for me whenever I talk with her. She's one of my boots on the grounds.
Oh,
You, I really appreciate that. Hurricanes, I love you all, and I'm so sorry for upsetting you, Dusty. I just felt the need to hear that, and that it was heavy on my heart that you need to hear that. Hurricanes, it's okay. It's good tears. Trust me, it's good tears when I talk about my teddy bear. Uh,
oh,
Charlie girl, yes, ma'am. Hurricane is a very strong woman, and we are so blessed to have her in our lives.
true
Miss
that. True
Andy
that.
Sunshine, she is proud of you.
Thank you, Indica Sunshine.
And we love you all. Well, we're getting on 2 hours and 30 minutes. I think we had a really good live tonight. I want to thank everybody in the chat um, for coming, supporting, listening, thoughts, theories, all that good stuff. Pinkstone wrote, I want to say I feel blessed to know you ladies. You all have the best hearts. I thank you all for just letting me be a part of it. Anytime,
Oh,
Pinkstone, anytime.
yes, ma'am. Anytime.
Our arms are open and welcoming. They always will be. That's
Yes.
just how we are.
And
Non judgmental.
I just want to send some, lots of prayers from all of us for a speedy recovery.
Yes. A speedy, speedy recovery. You'll be in my prayers for a while you go through your journey. And thank you,
Yeah.
Morticia. I want to thank you guys all for coming tonight, listening to theories and everything else. Hopefully, I didn't put my foot in my mouth. I might have ruffled a few feathers. Sorry. Um, but thank you again, United for Survivors, for coming up and sharing your story. Next time, if anybody would like to come up, they can come up and share their thoughts as well. Um, and I think my next live, I'm going to do another spirit box session. Just have pen and paper ready. I don't know if I'll do it tomorrow or the next day. I do want to give it a couple of days in between so I can build energy. Um, so that we can get the flickering lights again because whenever I do a spirit box, usually the energy will go high and I will get flickering lights every now and then. And I would love to share that with you guys. A couple of the ladies here on this in the chat have actually seen a little bit of paranormal going on in my home, behind my back whenever we're on a video call or something. So they actually have been able to witness it as well.
Well, thank you, Dusty, for having me, and thank you, ladies, for
You,
listening to me. I love y'all, and y'all have
love
a good
you
night.
too. You too, United for Survivors, and thank you. And yes, Charlie girl, it's very hooking. So I can't wait to do it again. I hope you guys all have a blessed evening. I know it's Sunday night. I know I can be boring, but I wanted to get that up off of my chest a little bit and talk with you guys and interact. And I love you all and thank you for coming for a little while. And until we meet again, have a good night.